Welcome, ufcBETZ. Very, very special episode today. An interview with a new UFC fighter, EliseReed. First off, congratulations. How does it feel to be in the UFC?
It's amazing. If we're going to be honest, it's pretty much a dream. But I haven't fought yet, so everybody's really excited about it, and I want to wait till we walk into the ring, walk out of the ring, and then I'll change my Instagram to UFC fighter. It's crazy. I'm very fortunate, very grateful, and excited to put some work in this weekend.
Amazing accomplishment. You've put in so much work in your career already. I believe you're on a 9-fight win streak. Am I correct?
I think the loss was 2014, 2013, something like that. So it's been a while. I made sure to never have that happen again. So yeah, it's been a while.
Right. Well, so you haven't had a field in a while. And now, so you're 4-0, you're going into a new organization. The normal preparation going into a fight, like, do you think whatever you're about to experience into the UFC and all of the kind of pre-fight events and interviews and things you have to do, how do you mentally prep for that?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I think it's listen, it's going to be a wild ride. I at least got a little bit of insight with my debut with Bellator.
Mm-hmm.
They had something similar where we signed posters and, I'm putting on fight shorts and gloves, and I'm feeling pretty giddy. So I'm really excited. As soon as we get into the hotel, from what I can understand, we already get the swag. Obviously, it's been a long time coming. We put a lot of work in. Not a huge fight camp, obviously, with 3 weeks notice, but, my coach and I have been talking about this day forever. So I think I'm just gonna, be like a little bit of a kid in candy shop and enjoy it, take it all in, and then put some work in on Saturday.
See, we're huge UFC fans. We love looking at the fights, the matchups, the odds. You're coming in as a plus 225 dog, but we've looked at this fight and we honestly, we like you in this fight.
We got you, Elise.
We got you. Sijara Eubanks is the 13th ranked bantamweight. She's coming down in weight, and you're meeting her going up in weight, which would benefit you. No weight cut. I mean, how do you feel?
I would say I keep myself in shape regardless. Obviously, I started at 105, and then we had the whole Cage Fury championship weight at 115. So it's like I can't go back down to 105. So since then, I've been making sure that I can stay 115, which is around my weight. So I can't say I don't mind it. It's definitely a different story, having French toast for breakfast and whatever you want pretty much leading up to this fight. So my cardio has already been good before in previous fights, and that's with a weight cut. So you better watch out, because there's literally no difference in what I'm eating right now versus the day of the fight. So it'll be a good time.
Amazing. One less obstacle to have to deal with on the week. We look at this fight. She's 7-6. She is ranked. She's coming off a couple losses in a row. We look at you rising, getting an opportunity, big spot. We like taking the underdog in a spot like this where you're coming in, not a lot of info on you as a fighter in the league, so you can come in and surprise a lot of people. And you better believe it, we're taking you this week. No pressure.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Just because you're making your debut, I mean, I think that they have this one rolling a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, as a fighter, and people like us are saying, we're going to take you. We're going to bet on you. What is that like? You block all that out, right? That doesn't mean anything to you, or does it add a certain level of pressure or something like that?
I wouldn't say it's pressure. Again, I think right now mentally I'm just very grateful for the opportunity, and I'm very competitive. So even with all of this, as much as it's a milestone to get into the UFC and to have this type of exposure, I want a W. So I'm not going in there just to go in there and be able to have, as much as I'm mentioning my name on my shorts, which is going to be pretty freaking cool. But I'm not just going in there to get the shorts and get out. So yeah, I've had some people come up to me and say they're gonna put some money in, and never in my life did I think like, oh yeah, no, people are gonna start betting on me and we're gonna go big. So I've always had an underdog mentality, and Taekwondo is a really a sport for tall people, because it's a lot of kick driven, and I've been doing Taekwondo my whole life, so I've always had to be on the inside and be the underdog in that respect. So no, I'm happy to make some people money. That's where I'm at. I don't mind.
That's what we like.
And Elise, thank you for joining. Thank you for your service too. We love that here, as always. One thing I wanted to say, obviously you want the win, but is there any added pressure or like an incentive to get the KO, to get that finish?
I think it's really. I mean, now we're talking money, but if I do the job right, the money's going to be there, whether it's this fight or the next or the fight after that. So I think really what it is, you've already mentioned that she's a ranked bantamweight. For me to debut at 4-0 and take out a ranked bantamweight, to take out a fighter of that caliber is a big statement. So something to be in the organization, but it's another thing to make a statement. And I think that's really what I'm looking for. So a knockout would be fantastic, right? Easy day for myself and my coaches. But even if I get in there and I make a statement, I think that's really what I'm looking for.
As you step into the cage and you look at your opponent saying, all right, she's got 6 losses, I have 0. Do you look at that as an advantage for your confidence?
I mean, we look at it in terms of making a fight camp and figuring out what the training is going to work to take advantage of that, right? So Hillary Rose, who I fought recently, kind of put it in a nice way where she was like, I don't really know what to expect because she changes her game plan every time. And that's really what we're looking for. So does it feel good that she's lost before? Yes. I mean, I think any fighter that looks at that and is going to say no is lying. But we're really looking at it in terms of making a game plan.
Seeing as this is a ufcBETZ podcast with Dillashaw and Sandhagen, who you got?
Yeah, so my coach has Sandhagen. He's taking Sandhagen. I mean, I was on his Instagram, today and watching those highlights, and they're crazy. So I think it's a safe bet to go Sandhagen. I rep with the classics. Like, I love Dillashaw. I love Cruz. So I'm gonna go Dillashaw.
Ooh, I like it.
But Sandhagen's on a run. It's hard to.
It's a tough fight. It's a tough fight. That's why we had to ask. It's a tough fight.
And official, I'm gonna go Dillashaw. I'll let my coach go Sandhagen.
Okay.
There it is. We got an official pick right there. We love that. That's a bets. That's a ufcBETZ right there.
Absolutely.
Just for some background, you mentioned earlier you've done Taekwondo earlier. How did you get started? How did you pick up MMA?
So I started martial arts because I wanted to be a Power Ranger. I don't think I've mentioned that in an interview yet, but I started when I was like 6 or 7, and I just wanted to be a Power Ranger. Still haven't done that. So listen.
Never
I
say
still
never.
got something. Yeah, I still got something for the bucket list.
I mean, we must be in the top 5% of people qualified to be a Power Ranger. So
yeah, not too many people could say that. So
put it that way.
Nice.
Yeah. Watch me after my UFC career. I go straight Power Ranger. No, so it was really it was competitive. I did a lot of sparring and competition while I was in high school and college.
Nice.
I worked for a martial arts school. That was pretty much my only job outside of the military. And it was just one year in college. So I was doing swimming and water polo. And that summer I was like, hey, Mr. K, I want to fight. And he's like, you just did 4 months of swimming in the water. You didn't do any martial arts. He's like, give me one. And if I'm not good, then we'll call it, and I'll say like, okay, hands up, I'm good. And the first fight was 15 seconds. So it was really hard for him not to tell me that I couldn't do it again. We joke about it, go big, go home, but we've done it a lot, going big and going home, and so far it's paid off. But it really started on a whim, and I was too good for him to tell me no. So
Right.
Here we are, 8 years later.
Oh my God.
Exactly, and again, the reason why I ask is because I'm a dad, right, and I have a 6-year-old daughter. She's very active, and we go out and we're wrestling. Her mom is kind of like, oh, you're being too physical, and I'll, the way I am, and that's the response that I wanted to get, because I just think that and I'll let you just dive in what your opinion is on, do we get the kids in early? What's your opinion on that?
I think if you pick the right school, whether it's jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, karate, MMA, you pick the right school and the right instructors, they're going to use that as a way to make them a better person. And as much as MMA is a very intense sport and, it's dangerous, and my mom wasn't necessarily a huge fan when I first started it, just doing martial arts from 6 to 18, I mean, I grew so much and I had so much confidence going into college. You put them in early and you got to keep them in, because that's really what training is all about. People are supposed to fail, they're supposed to succeed when they do well. And if I'm going to make my comment about society, I think a lot of people miss that right now. And find the right school, find the instructor that knows how to push the students to where they understand that hard work pays off, and there's, the sky's the limit. And personally, that's my role as an instructor, as much as MMA is a great outlet for me and can kind of give my students something to look for.
Yeah.
The right school is going to teach the right stuff, and they're just going to use that martial art as a medium. That's really what it is.
I got one last question for you.
Okay.
What's your nickname?
Ooh, so I don't technically have one. I recently changed my Instagram from Raising the Rufus to an official one, because we figured UFC is pretty official.
right.
But I would say right now it's probably Rufus, even though it's really just what my college teammates call me.
I like the Power Ranger.
Could it be Power Ranger? I was just saying.
Right.
Oh, at least Power Ranger Reed.
Right?
Oh, listen, I have told multiple people, if there's a nickname and it sticks, people want to retweet or hashtag or whatever it is, there's a nickname and it sticks, I am more than happy to take it. I have fought plenty of people that have had nicknames and it just didn't work. Like the first girl I fought, her nickname was Rampage Carnage. And I was like,
yeah,
it just,
Yeah.
Not going.
Probably
you gotta
not.
pick one of those. You gotta pick one of those.
yeah, you
And then she caught the L.
It like real quick too, right?
Hard.
Rampage Carnage is getting taken out in 15 seconds.
anybody wants to figure out a good nickname, make it stick, more than happy. That's what happened with Rufus. I couldn't necessarily get away from it. So I will not give myself a nickname. That's
I like that. I like that approach. And I will say, you know, when we're really close on a fight and we're looking at it and we go either way, we read that nickname and we go,
No, that's heat.
we're
Sometimes
leaning towards the nickname we like. So
brings heat.
we'll keep that in mind. We want to keep it short and sweet so you can get forward and focus on your week. We are so grateful for you taking the time. We appreciate this. We wish you all the luck this weekend. We know, we believe, and thank you so much. And
yeah, thank you for having me. It's always great to have a conversation about, you know, what I do and what I love. So I appreciate you guys having me on.
well, we're excited, and you are officially on our UFC-BETZ squad. We have
We got
a
a good
squad.
squad.
We have favorites that we carry through the years, so we're excited to see you progress in the UFC. UFC-BETZ, EliseReed on her UFC debut. Let's get it.